So, in this video, we will discuss Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Gandhi-Irwin Pact, 1931. Right? So, I hope you understand now what is the background of this Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Civil disobedience movement was going on, and round table conference was also going on, and without Congress, round table conference failed, and civil disobedience movement was acquiring a new character, right. So, it was getting success, no doubt about it, but as you all know that Gandhiji always believed that the people's capacity to sacrifice is not endless, and therefore, you will see that he was ready for this kind of talk, always negotiation, and because of the efforts of Sir Tej Bahadur Sapru and Dr. Jaikar and others, a compromise between government and the Congress, and result was Gandhi-Irwin Pact of 1931. So, when you understand this Gandhi-Irwin Pact, we have to understand that what British agreed and what Congress agreed. Is it okay? So, when we prepare this Gandhi-Irwin Pact, what we have to remember that what all, right, Congress or the, you can say the Gandhi was ready to accept, and what they accepted, and what we demanded and they rejected, right. There is a debate regarding this kind of pact, whether it was because of capitalist pressure or right other kind of pressure, but for us what we have to remember is what kind of provisions, agreed provisions, right. So, Gandhi-Irwin Pact, we have to remember that because of the ceaseless efforts, of Tej Bahadur Sapru, Tej Bahadur Sapru, Tej Bahadur Sapru, you should remember this name, Tej Bahadur Sapru. Ceaseless efforts by Sir Tej Bahadur Sapru and Dr. Jaikar, right, to bring about a compromise, between the government and the Congress, resulted in the signing of a pact by Gandhi about a compromise to bring about a compromise between the government and the Congress, resulted in the signing of a pact by Gandhi and Lord Irwin in March 1931, right, and this is called Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Okay. Now, what we have to remember that what government agreed to. So, first part 1, government agreed to number 1, withdraw all ordinances and end prosecution. Government agreed to withdraw all ordinances and end prosecution. right? They were ready to withdraw all ordinances. Second, government agreed to release all political prisoners. Political prisoners. Government agreed to release all political prisoners. All political prisoners except those guilty of violence, right? So, political prisoners, right? Then third point, government agreed to restore all those confiscated property of the satyagrahis, all those confiscated properties of the satyagrahis, all those confiscated properties of the satyagrahis. Then government also, right, allowed peaceful picketing of liquor and foreign cloth soaps. So, right to peaceful picketing of liquor and foreign cloth soaps was recognized. Right to peaceful picketing of liquor and foreign cloth soaps was recognized. Right? Then government also ready to permit the free collection or manufacture of salt to person. Government also ready to permit the free collection or manufacture of salt to persons living within a specific distance from the sea coast, living within a specific distance from the sea coast. Right. So, mainly British, they agreed to release political prisoner. They were ready to give right to make salt for consumption. They were ready to give the right to peaceful picketing of liquor and foreign cloth soaps. It was recognized. They were ready to withdraw all those emergency ordinances. They were ready to, you can say, for remission of fines and return of lands which were confiscated, right. So, I hope you are getting it. So, these are some acceptance by the British. Now, part 2. So, government agreed. Now, what you can say, the Congress agreed. Congress also, Indian National Congress also agreed, right. Congress also in turn consented or agreed what? First, to suspend the civil disobedience movement. Congress also agreed to suspend. Remember, Congress suspended the part 1, phase 1 of civil disobedience movement. Congress ready to suspend civil disobedience movement. This is the first agreement, consent. Second, Congress agreed to participate in the second roundtable conference. They agreed to participate in the second roundtable conference. And Congress also agreed, this is important, Congress also agreed, consented, right, to they also agreed not to press for investigation into police excesses, not to press for investigation into police excesses. So, we should remember that the Congress demand for a public inquiry into police excesses was not accepted, right, and therefore Congress consented not to press for, right, investigation into police excesses. Fine, this you have to remember, right. So, what they agreed, what we agreed, and what was the result? So, result was that after this agreement, Gandhiji attended the second session of the Round Table Conference in London. Gandhiji attended the second session of the Round Table Conference in London, but as you know that it failed, this conference failed, and which led to revival of civil disobedience movement. This led to a revival of civil disobedience movement in 1932. Revival of civil disobedience movement. What we should remember that large section of youth was disillusioned and they started questioning the Gandhian approach, right. So, they started questioning, they started talking about this kind of approach, but in the Karachi session officially in 1931, this Gandhi Irwin Pact was endorsed, right. But officially